If that garage door has become a pain in your arse, there's only one man to call, and it's Joe Welker, your garage door man. The tax man, Tim Marquez, will help you net your tax refunds. He's been doing this for 35 years. You can trust the tax man. Make sure you keep your roof watertight with Pelican Roofs SoCal so you can get back to catching more fish. And you can trust Mario Vega with your estate planning. Make sure your rods and reels and fishing equipment go to the right person when you plot.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. Tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, make sure you give John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. There's nothing like fishing with Captain Daniel Hadaway on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. And the El Patron, headed to Catalina Island every single day out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. It is Sunday, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Just check that ocean out. We've got a lot to talk about: bluefin, yellowfin, dorado. We've got great long-range fishing, Mexico, and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Man, is that good? And I can't thank you enough for all the likes, for all of the videos that you share, for all of the love you send Friedman Adventures' way. It is deeply appreciated. If you don't mind, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And also, whoa, cold water here this morning. Feels kind of cool to me here. Also, I think I said tick that rotten, filthy, disgusting, stinky little bell. Maybe I didn't. If you tick that bell, you'll be notified when there is new content. And also, whoa, you can follow us over there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. A ton of debris here in the water and on the beach as a result of that rain, I'm guessing, that flushed all this crap here onto our lovely beach. So needless to say, I think surf fishing would be quite a chore here in this zone today, here in Surfside, California. What a game last night. The Fighting Irish prevailed over USC, but it was a close one. I got to tell you, I was chewing my fingernails to the very end. The dog and I went over to my son Philip's house, and we were communicating with my son Patrick, who's in Florida, and just going back and forth on the Notre Dame game. In fact, we made a bet with Patrick. We took the under 60, Anthony and I, and Notre Dame had to win. And I got that all screwed up. I thought we had the point spread, and I was at the end of the game going, well, who cares? Notre Dame won, but we lost the bet. And then Anthony and Philip go, Dad, or Philip, or whoever, you're in this. You just need nobody to score. in the last couple of minutes, and we pulled that off. Anthony brought so much great food. Philip had so much great food over there last night. We had steaks. We had delicious pulled pork. We had a crab salad that Anthony's grandma made that was to die for. And Philip just kept hitting Anthony over the sauce that he was using on the sashimi bluefin tuna, which was delicious also. All right, enough of that. And once again, hard-fought game. SC Trojans played really, really well. I think if the rain wouldn't have manifested itself, it could have been a different game. No question about that. All right, let's jump into it. We'll go long range. The Independence is headed down the Baja Coast right now, set to arrive in another 24 hours. They're doing tackle seminars and having great meals on board the Independence. We're watching them for when they arrive, because we know the Royal Polaris yesterday had pretty decent wahoo fishing, trolling around catching wahoo, and then they got their anchor down and had good fishing, not wide open, but steady good fishing on 50 to 100 pound yellowfin tuna. Not bad at all. Long range scene has been awesome this year. 7 to 10 day trips right now are getting that variety that we are so accustomed to during the fall months here in Southern California. When I say the fall months here in Southern California, those boats are running 400 and 500 miles down the Baja Coast where they are making their catches, and it's been pretty darn good. No doubt about it. Dorado, yellowfin tuna, great yellowtail fishing. At times they'll go in on the beach and they'll catch some other stuff like, calico bass and halibut, white sea bass, and rockfish. All that stuff is definitely in the mix. So we'll continue to watch that for you very closely. It looks good down in Mexico. Ensenada and surrounding area, there is copious amounts of bluefin tuna nearby. A little bit of yellowfin and some Dorado on the kelp. Some of that small grade yellowtail also on the kelp. So the boys down there in Ensenada and Popola and areas like that are focused mostly on catching, of course, bluefin tuna. And they've been coming through with some great catches, no doubt about it. We see them trolling those Mad Mac lures. That's been very effective. Also, a small, shiny jig, 60 to 100 gram Sakana or a Colt Sniper, something like that, has been super effective. And also, we've seen the tuna poppers work really well on that fish. So really good fishing down there for our Ensenada Pongero guys. They've been doing great, and they just continue to do it. Same thing up there at Popola for Carlos Cortez and Cortez Sport Fishing. He's had some outstanding fishing, no doubt about it. That brings us to what's going on in SoCal for bluefin tuna. The weather. This is the fall weather we've been waiting for. It is beautiful. There's no wind. It's sunny. It's warm. It's absolutely gorgeous right now, and it's a great time for you to be out on the water. Talking to Jeff Lingle. And Jeff, of course, a die-hard USC fan. He's going to have to put on that Notre Dame jersey. Jeff, I know how much that's going to hurt, man. But once again, you guys, the score may not indicate it, but you guys were that close to winning that game. No doubt about it. I think that rain really screwed it up because that passing attack was something Notre Dame didn't really have an answer for. So they had to, the Catholic school look up above and ask God for a little rain. And there was, man. He got it. Jeff is down below, and he's having great fishing. I think he had fish couple over 100 pounds. I didn't write down Jeff's score. Jeff, forgive me. I think he had a couple of fish over 100. He'll be here in the live chat on the morning briefing. He'll be able to straighten me out if I got this all screwed up. He had some good bluefin tuna fishing last night, and that continues very well. And he's down there at like 160 miles or so. He's fishing way down the beach and doing really, really well. And of course, that just indicates there's still more to come. More fish that could be headed this way, no doubt about it. Some of the other scores now, guys are fishing sometimes south of the border. They're down there off Rosarito, Ensenada, areas like that, doing pretty darn well down there. Some guys go out to Tanner and Cortez Bank, which is like an 80-mile run here off our Southern California coast. There's been good fishing out there in that neck of the woods. There you go, Richard Hughes. That's been good also. Overall, pretty darn good fishing on mostly 10 to 30 pound bluefin tuna, which can still be finicky at times. So you're fishing 20, 25 pound fluorocarbon, again with a hot bait, changing that bait regularly. That makes all the difference in the world if you do that. There's been some good scores also south where you sometimes will encounter some yellowfin tuna, and some of the full day boats are starting to get in on that again. San Diego had a great hit yesterday on mixed bluefin and yellowfin tuna. So there's a lot of that going on right now. Poseidon, Old Glory, Producer, Liberty, limits of bluefin tuna for all those guys. Same thing on the Oceanside 95 on a day-and-a-half trip. They had limits of bluefin tuna to 40 pounds. The Thunderbird out of Davies Locker in Newport Beach pushing limits of bluefin tuna. So you can see the geography has very little to do with it because a lot of guys are fishing Tanner Cortez, and it's virtually the same distance to get to those zones and fish in that area. So that is great news. I will tell you that right now. The Lucky Bee 6-pack yacht, I think out of Fisherman's Landing, 4 guys, limits of bluefin tuna. Really great fishing going on. The San Diego, we referenced them just a moment ago. They've been having some really good fish watching going on. I mean, they've been seeing fish for weeks now, but yesterday it settled a little bit for them. Only 19 guys on the San Diego boat that leaves out of Seaforth in the morning, comes back that very same afternoon. They end up with 31 bluefin, 8 yellowfin tuna. That's some pretty darn good fishing. But to bring us back down to earth, the Sea Watch was also out yesterday with 23 guys. They had 3 bluefin and a yellowfin tuna offshore. You got to find that right bunch of fish that wants to bite. That is always critical. So what I'm suggesting to you is it's darn good fishing right now, but it's not something you can take to the bank. I'll tell you what, though, talk about taking it to the bank. Jolene Thompson and the great people from the San Diego Rod and Reel Club. I went down there, gave a speech earlier this year, and I could not have been more impressed by the kindness, generosity, and love that surrounded me that evening. And after my accident on the freeway, they sent me a beautiful video wishing me well. So I've got a really special place in my heart for Arnie and Jolene and everybody that makes the San Diego Rod and Reel Club so special. Yesterday they were on board the Mission Belle out of Point Loma Sport Fishing in San Diego. They went offshore, 26 anglers, 18 bluefin. Their big one went 90 pounds, so there is some of that big great fish rolling around. They had a couple of the yellowtail, a Dorado. There were the ladies on board, 8 ladies, and the 8 ladies combined for 8 of the bluefin tuna. 8 of the bluefin that were caught on that trip. Captain Todd Myers, Jack, Anthony, Karen doing a great job as the crew of the Mission Belle, and of course Jolene Thompson reporting in and letting us know that things were good. Hey, how's fishing? Anything biting? Too much crap in the water, huh?
Yeah, I agree, but got a good halibut yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
Down here?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Oh, good deal. Was it legal?
Yeah.
Dude, give me 5.
Yeah, man.
Legal halibut. What's your name?
My name's Ray.
Ray, and last name?
Dorsher? Yeah.
Lee Dorsher. All right, man. Good job.
Yeah, that's Ray, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, R-A-Y.
R-A-Y. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, good for you, man.
Yeah, I thought I recognized you. You do like a fishing report.
Yeah,
videos, correct?
it's Friedman Adventures.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, you're on there now, too, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Well, hey, everyone. Yeah. Good
Now
news
you're going to have
so
to go find us on YouTube and see yourself.
far. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've seen you before.
Good,
so,
good,
yeah,
man.
so.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, you too.
Keep up the good fishing.
Take care.
What a gorgeous day, huh?
Sure.
I know.
It clears up.
Take care, my friend. All right, another great angler down here in Surfside, and he's going to go check himself out on Friedman Adventures. Had a nice halibut here yesterday, a legal official. I'm telling you, we've been telling you that there's been a little bit of that going on here in this neck of the woods. Back to our bluefin tuna. Still some pretty darn good fishing overall. Again, it's a little bit hit and miss, but it's more consistent than it has been. Maybe that we've moved away from that full moon now. Maybe because we've got this great weather. And maybe because those little devils are biting better than they have been in quite some time. We are stoked about that. All right, let's transition into the islands. We'll talk about the Coronado Islands, where the Grande yesterday ended up with 3 bluefin at the Coronado Islands. No yellows, but they had 3 bluefin tuna. They're offshore here today, the Grande, trying to find that bluefin and yellowfin tuna. We'll see how they do on that. But yesterday, 3 bluefin. The hits on the yellows at the Coronado Islands have been kind of, inconsistent, to say the very least. So if you get 0 to 10 yellows, that's pretty average right now at the Coronado Islands. Usually a lot of taco meat to go along with it. So you can catch calico bass, rockfish, all kinds of other junk to help fill the sack and round out your catch. At San Clemente Island, we are seeing a little bit of yellowtail over there. At times, it's really good. The Fury had 2 yellows yesterday, but sometimes you'll get up there in the 10, 15, 20 plus range. on the yellow stropper looping in the cove and on the backside of the island when the weather permits has been pretty darn good, no doubt about that. So hopefully we'll see more of those big yellows out of there. A little bit of calico bass, some good rock fishing going on. We continue to see yellows at Catalina Island. May not be a ton of fish, but there's enough of them right now to produce some occasional catches. The El Patron Long Beach Sport Fishing had 2 yellowtail yesterday. The Pursuit 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro with 4 yellowtail yesterday. So nothing wrong with those kinds of scores. We are loving that at Cat. Little bit of bass, a little bit of barracuda, some really good rockfish if you focus on that in that neck of the woods. Up in the Channel Islands, there's occasional white sea bass. The Endeavor had a couple of big white sea bass, but overall, we're catching rockfish, lingcod, and that kind of razzmatazz up there. And the Mirage also had a yellowtail and 2 halibut yesterday, but a lot of lings, reds, rockfish in general, biting up there. Same thing in Santa Barbara. Same thing, Avila Beach, Morro Bay, and up there in San Francisco. If you get a weather window, get out to the islands, awesome fishing on the lings and rockfish. If you have to stay on the coast and fish rockfish, that's been pretty darn good also. And also the guys that stay inside and fish striped bass and halibut. Good striped bass fishing limits the rule. Also, however, we are seeing an occasional good little hit on the halibut. May not be wide open on that, but it's decent enough, no question about that. All right, let's talk about what's going on 1/2 and 3/4 day. Of course, we referenced the new Seaforth catching bluefin the last couple days. Yesterday, no, but there's bluefin really close, right there, next to Point Loma. 10 miles, 12 miles, 15 miles. There's a lot of bluefin around. You think if it only bit as well as it shows, it would be absolutely incredible. But most of these 1/2 and 3/4 day boys are catching rockfish, few halibut here and there, some sculpin, whitefish, that kind of stuff up here in the LA Orange County area. Same kind of a thing, occasional hit on the halibut for boats like the Native Sun and up there out of Marina Del Rey. An occasional bass bite, calico bass bite for some of the Channel Island boats also. In the Southern California Surf, well, Ray just told us he caught a halibut right here in Surfside, California. Legal fish yesterday. Way to go, and thanks for making your debut here on Friedman Adventures. We point you down to big fish, bait and tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and PCH. They've got all the bait tackle you'll need, not only for your surf fishing adventure, but if you're going offshore for the bluefin, the yellowfin, the white sea bass at the islands or yellowtail, you can pick up everything you'll need at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, no doubt about that. All right, so we still are catching an occasional halibut down there in Huntington Beach, some corvina down there, occasional yellowfin croaker at the tower there. You can see that where we're going to have our surf fishing festival on November the 1st. We'll be meeting right out on the beach there at 6:30 in the morning, November the 1st till 10 a.m. Hopefully you'll be able to come out and join us with some yellowfin croaker and corvina down in that neck of the woods. And here we see the occasional walleye, perch, barred perch, a little bit of that here and there. Also up there in the Santa Monica Basin, pretty good corvina fishing. Perhaps it's been the best up there in that area than it has elsewhere. So really, really great stuff going on. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? Check it out, man. Come on, it is so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous day here today in Southern California. As you see Lee there catching a wave and heading back into shore here. Whoa, what a beautiful, beautiful day. No doubt about it. All right, my friends, have a great one. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon.